What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for another preview show, and not just any preview show. It is the last game of the season, the all-important game, Norwich against Tottenham at Carrow Road. All Spurs need is a point, and then we are there. We are in Champions League for next season. And, you know, you wouldn't be a real Spurs fan if you don't have a bit of anxiety, at least going into this game, seeing as, you know, stuff that has happened in the past. I mean, there are a lot of Spurs fans that don't have kind of any reservations going into this and think it's a completely foregone conclusion. We will get at least a point. I'd be very surprised if we didn't get a point, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we lose the game. But look, you just have to believe. You just have to believe. It is Norwich. If you're going to play anyone at this stage of the season, you do want to play Norwich. So I guess we got that going for us. But the way Spurs have been playing the last couple of weeks, you just have to believe that we're going to get over the line here, as much as it is a kind of nervy atmosphere to go into. Spurs fans have been buying tickets all over Carrow Road. It's going to be a great atmosphere, that's for sure. And I think that atmosphere should get us over the line, even though the team should get us over the line as well. But how are you feeling coming into it?
Look, I'm confident. They're obviously, look, there's this thing in the back of our mind that won't go away. You know what I mean? What if we get an early red card? What if we wake up in the morning and our whole team has gone down with food poisoning? What if that virus from last week is spreading throughout the team, and you know, and where we've been struggling with it and all this kind of stuff? What if we miss loads of chances and we concede a last-minute penalty? These are all situations that you just never know.
We need to get Antonio Conte to get someone to test every single thing that they've been eating the whole week. No lasagna on the table. Get pasta off the board. I mean, just... Oh God, just test everything they're eating, please.
Well, apparently they're bringing their own chefs or something like that. Spurs, that's what I read.
Really?
Yeah, to the hotel to make sure to lasagna gate proof everything. Apparently they've been doing that ever since the lasagna gate happened.
Good.
They've been taking their own chefs to the away hotels and stuff.
Damn right.
So look, those little things that are in the back of my mind, all these things could happen, but if you look at the thing objectively, all logic states that Tottenham will get this done.
Yeah,
there is nothing to suggest that Tottenham won't get this done in any way, shape or form. It is actually illogical, completely illogical to think that Tottenham won't get this done. And not just because we're playing bottom of the league, not just because we've got the players that we have, not just because Son's going for the Golden Boot, not just because we have Antonio Conte as manager. We've also got an astounding, a very good defensive record over the last 10 games. I think conceded 5 goals over the last 10 games. If Lloris keeps a clean sheet on Sunday, that's the most clean sheets we've ever kept in the Premier League era. You know, that's incredible to think about from where we were earlier in the season and leaking goals.
It's mad to think that we're going to keep more clean sheets this year than that year we actually had the best defence in the league with Vertonghen and Toby at the back.
Crazy. I don't know how that's possible, but apparently it is. So even if we are having a bad day in front of goal, all evidence suggests we should be able to get at least a clean sheet in this game. Like, there's nothing to suggest we're not going to be defensively solid.
Keep a clean sheet, you're in Champions League.
That's damn right. I don't think that's how Conte will look at it, but that's the truth. If we don't concede, we're in Champions League next season. There's nothing anyone else can do apart from Arsenal scoring 16 goals. And on top of that, I know Everton won yesterday, but that game's not a foregone conclusion for Arsenal to beat Everton. Everton, their tails might be up. The pressure's off now. They've stayed up. Obviously, it might help Arsenal, the fact that Everton opening up.
Celebrating last night, that tells me that it's going to be a pretty easy game for Arsenal.
No easier than us playing Norwich.
No, definitely not.
You know what I mean? If they got players like Richarlison who are maybe letting loose a bit, they got players to hurt them. So that's not a foregone conclusion either. There's no surely there is no chance we don't get this done on Sunday. It has to be. It's only a draw. We only need a draw. If we can't get that done, that would be the biggest embarrassment in Premier League history for us, I think. I can't think of a bigger one, even more than Lasagna game, even more than the 5-1 against Newcastle. I think this will be the biggest, even more than, you could argue, even more than Zagreb. Like, this would be the biggest embarrassment.
Yeah. Look, I completely agree with you. Like, there's no logic that states that we don't get this job done. But this is football, and sometimes football just defies logic.
Correct.
And that happens often. So,
but you can't base your opinion on that.
You can't, but you also got to accept that stuff does happen sometimes.
I do accept it, and I take that all into account. But I'm still saying we're getting it done.
Yeah, look, I don't think anyone can have the actual opinion that we're not going to get it done. But like you said, it's always going to be in the back of our minds that it can happen.
Look, first 5 minutes we get an early goal, and then it settles all the nerves, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think the main reason why Spurs fans are coming into it like this is nerves, because we know no matter who we play, just get the job done, and we're in Champions League football next year, and it's like beyond all realms of what we could have expected before the start of the season. And like I said before, if you want to pick any Premier League team to play on this day, it would be Norwich. I mean, what they've won like 2 or 3 or 4 games this whole season or something crazy like
20.
that.
Look, they're on 22 points. They're rock bottom of the league. I
One
can't
of the
remember
worst Premier League teams of all time. This lot.
I can't remember the last time they won a game. They've got a goal difference of something really. They've got goal difference of like minus 70 something. Minus 56. They've conceded 79 goals this season. They've only scored 23, and Pukki's been involved in 16 of them. You know what I mean? You pretty much stop Pukki, you stop Norwich. That's the facts. So I know they got a draw away at Wolves last time out, but even a draw is good enough for us. So you got to be completely confident that we're going to turn Norwich over. Yeah,
no, 100%. And I just can't wipe the nerves away from me, even though I don't think we're going to drop points at all. But I just can't wipe those nerves away from it. And like, even when you look at the head-to-head between Spurs and Norwich, even before they're having their worst season in the Premier League,
there's nothing in there to think that we won't beat Norwich. Like I can't think of anything that worries me. But then again, that worries me.
We beat them 3-0 earlier this season.
3-0, sorry, not 4-1.
We beat them 3-0 earlier this season. We lost to them in the FA Cup, didn't we? On penalties.
Yeah.
And then we've beaten them 2-1, drew 2-2, beat them 3-0 at Carrow Road in 2016, and then beaten them 3-0 at White Hart Lane the year before that, or at Wembley.
No, White Hart Lane.
White Hart Lane, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so we got a good record against them pretty much. And with Antonio Conte as well at the helm, surely he won't allow us to take our eye off the ball in this one. I know Pukki's been saying he wants the team to end off well for the end of the season. He wants to finish 19th and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. I think Spurs will have it in the bag.
Yeah, and just look at this form of the two teams coming into it. Look at this Norwich form. I mean, last 5 games, conceded 13, scored 1, lost 4, drawn 1. At home as well, only one of their last 5 games. Who was that against? I
think it was against Burnley.
Burnley. Our away form isn't exactly the best, but we've won 2 of those in there, drawing 2. So only
unbeaten in 4.
Yeah, so only lost 1 of our last 5 away games. So when you're going on the form, it looks like there is only 1 winner.
There's nothing you can look at that suggests that there's nothing you're going to be able to pull up that says Norwich have a chance. There isn't. It just isn't.
Yeah.
But you just never know. You just never know in football, and that's what keeps us. That just keeps us nervous. I think the fact that it just hasn't been confirmed yet. That's what keeps us worried. That it's not mathematically impossible for us to screw up. As long as there's a mathematical chance, we know that there's a chance Tottenham could screw it up, and then that's the only niggling feeling. So you can look at all the stats we want. We can look at anything we want. There's nothing that's going to tell us that Norwich have a chance here.
Yeah, if you bring up this was their lineup in their last game with their draw against Wolves. Obviously, with these players out, I think Josh Sargent is their 2nd top goal scorer this season. They've got quite a lot of injuries, but looking at that lineup for Norwich, I mean, who is their danger man, and is there anyone? To be worried of?
It's obviously their danger man.
I mean, it's Pukki, yeah, but
obviously he's got 11 goals to be fair. That's a decent return.
Who's going to where are other areas on the pitch to be worried about them? Is there any areas on that pitch to think about?
You got Max Aarons, good right wing back. He's not had the best season, but we know he's very, very quick, and he's going to obviously be a threat. You got Billy Gilmore, who's on loan from Chelsea. He's a nice centre mid, but can be bullied. I think they had what's it called, Rashitska. I think he was a nice little player. I don't know if he's fit or not. I don't know if I didn't see in the graphic if he was fit. Is he there? No, he's not there. So maybe they've just dropped him, because I was quite impressed with him early in the season. But other than that, there's nothing really you've got to look at and think I'm worried about them. It's just about concentrating on ourselves. Obviously, Pukki, to be fair, has got 11 goals, so that is impressive. He's got, I think, he's been involved in like nearly 60% of their goals or something. 11 goals and like 3 or 4 assists. So I think he's been involved in like 15 or 16 of their 23 goals, which is mad when you think about it. But if you keep him quiet, and with our back three, either, Dyer, Davis, Sanchez should be able to keep him quiet. And if that happens, they're gonna have very little chance.
If we go into this game, no matter what the well, first of all, let's bring up the ones to watch graphics. It's kind of confirmed what you said before with Teemu Pukki being their biggest threat.
Of course.
Grant Hanley at the back, third most blocks in the league. Is that first clearances in the Premier League?
Yeah.
It's kind of expected because they've been under barrages of attacks all season. So those are the ones to watch. But when I'm thinking of this game, obviously, when these two teams, when you're looking at the two 11s that are going to go head to head, there's nine times out of 10, Tottenham are going to win this game. And I think it's important for the Spurs players going into it just to play the game and not the occasion. Don't think about what's going to happen at the end of it. And if you just play it like you're going to play any other Premier League game, we shouldn't have a problem here. We really shouldn't.
Yeah, completely agree. There's nothing. Of course we should. I don't think we'll let the occasion get to us. I think we've got it in our grasp now. We've had it in our grasp a few weeks ago. We let it slip when we dropped points to Brighton and Brentford. But we always knew with the North London, when we had the North London derby coming up, that we always had a chance to grab it back. And now we have grabbed it back. We will not let it go in the last game of the season. We just won't. I'm so confident of that. And it's not even just the fact that, because everyone cast their mind back to that Newcastle game, but you got to remember, first of all, in that game we were already in Champions League football confirmed. We had been challenging for the title, and we dropped off for the last few games after challenging for the title. The way Pochettino played, we just went hell for leather, like really heavy pressing, and we were done on that last game. You could see we were on our feet. We were knackered, and also we didn't, as much as we all wanted to finish above Arsenal on that day. I think maybe the motivation. We had motivation, but we were just on our feet on that last day. But we don't play like that anymore. We're not just some crazy pressing team, constantly pressing all the time. We're a lot smarter than that, and we're not going to let that memory of that game make me think that we're not going to get the job done on Sunday. I am just super, super confident. I'm confident that we're not going to concede. I don't think we'll allow them to score. And I think that's the main thing. Our defensive record has been really great under Conte. And that's a massive credit to him, and he needs respect for that.
Completely. Absolutely. All right, so what's your score prediction going into it?
I'm going to go with, I said 4-0. I'm going to go 4-0.
Sticking with it. How many Son are you going to get?
Son 2, Kane 2.
Son 2, Kane 2. I like that. I'm going 3-0. I'm going 3-0 Spurs. I'm also getting Sonny. I might even go for Sonny hat-trick in the game, to be honest. I think Sonny's going to want to go out there and get that golden boot this weekend. I really believe that. And if he gets the golden boot and he's not up for PFA Player of the Year, which he isn't, what ridiculous. A joke is that? How the hell is some of these players in there? I mean, Conor Gallagher, he's had a great season, but he hasn't been better than Son this season by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, Sonny has been brilliant all season. I just don't get it. How is Son not up for PFA Player of the Year?
Yeah, it's madness. I think I don't know what. I don't know who makes the nominations, but look, Conor Gallagher's had a good season. Not denying that, but Son could get the golden boot, which is an incredible achievement for him. as a player, and I think he's had a brilliant season as well. He's been scoring pretty much fairly consistently throughout the whole season. He might have had a few blips here and there, but he's never gone probably more than 4 or 5 games without a goal. If he pips Mo Salah, like, how could you have the top goal scorer not nominated for Player of the Year? It's madness.
Yeah.
It's absolute insanity.
Yeah, and you've got players like Phil Foden there, right? And Phil Foden, again, he's had a great season, but I think Son has been much better than Foden this season. I really believe that.
Yeah, I think Son's been incredible. Like, he's made a difference in big games as well. You got to think about his record against City and Liverpool. He's stepped up in each of those games. North London derby, he scored in both North London derbies this season. Heung-min Son, like, I don't see the logic to not having him in there. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Alan says 4 out of the 6 nominations are English players. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. Do you think there is a bit of English bias going on over here?
If Conor Gallagher's not English, does he get nominated? I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. How can Conor Gallagher's been good, but he's nowhere near the same level as Son. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Conor Gallagher and Foden should both be in the running for Young Player of the Year, not Player of the Year.
Yeah, I don't know who the nominees are for Young Player of the Year, the PFA Young Player of the Year, but having Son not there is a disgrace, really. It's a disgrace.
Agreed. And a bit similar like last year when De Bruyne won Player of the Year and Kane, getting Golden Boot and most assists as well in the league and didn't get it.
Should have got it as well last season.
Like Kane, in my opinion, I know Spurs weren't, but Kane individually was head and shoulders above anyone in that league last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was class. So, and I also thought he got out. Yeah, maybe it's because we finished 7th in the league. That's probably what did it for him. If we finished a bit higher, he probably would have got it. But we finished top 4 this season, and Son, just behind Mo Salah right now. Like, if it's anyone else, I don't know. What is it? What's keeping him out of the running? Why, if anyone else is in that position, they get nominated. I don't understand why he's not. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, completely agree. But let's talk about BetMate now. We've got 2 leagues running this weekend. If you go to the app and download it with the link in the description below and use one of our codes, then you get a free £5 to play with. And that free £5 can enter you in both of these leagues this weekend. So the first league we've got is a Champions League Decider League where there's obviously 2 games going on. So it's Everton against Arsenal at the Emirates, and obviously Norwich against Spurs at Carrow Road. 4 players per team maximum for that league, and we've made our teams for that as well. So if you bring up the first team, which is my team, you can have a look. I actually made this team before the Everton game last night, so I might actually make some last-minute tweaks to it. But I've got Pickford in goal, Mykolenko and Ryan Sessegnon in defence, Kulusevski and Doucouré in the middle, Kane and Son as the captain up top. I mean, I went for Doucouré in there because, he's been full of interceptions and tackles recently. Very hard-working midfielder. Kulusevski, Kane and Son pretty much speak for themselves against the Norwich side, which I do expect us to score quite a few goals in. And Pickford has been saving, making quite a lot of saves recently. And Mykolenko has even gotten the score sheet a couple of times in the previous week. So that's my thinking behind my team. But let's move on to Sim's team and see what he was thinking. Oh, I'm not liking that red blot on your team.
I don't remember playing him. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Is that Cedric? Can't see. Anyway, I've got Pickford in goal, obviously. I back him to make a lot of saves with the Emirates. Sessegnon gets forward a lot. I back him to get an assist against Norwich.
That's Gabriel.
Oh, it's Gabriel. Maybe he'll make some clearances against Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, Arsenal or the Emirates, that game. So I think maybe it's I think Norwich, I don't want any Norwich defenders. And you can only have maximum 4 Spurs players. I don't know. I think Everton might concede, so I've gone for Gabriel. Doucouré, as you say, and Bentancur, I've got make loads of assists and interceptions and tackles. Bentancur will have Norwich's centre midfield for dinner, I think. And then Kane and Son, I've gone Son captain because I reckon he's gunning for the Golden Boot, and Kane will help him assist it. So easy does it there for me.
Yeah. So if you want to take us on in the Champions League decider, BetMate, do click the link in the description below and put in one of our promo codes. If you do not have an account, and you'll get free £5 to play with. The Champions League Decider is £3 entry, and it pays the top 15 players. So be in it to win it. And we've also got a private league going on, which is just for the Norwich Tottenham game. It's £2 entry and winner takes all. And that, because it's only 2 teams, it's a max 6 per team. It is a 7-a-side team. Obviously 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 attackers and 1 goalkeeper. So we'll be in on both leagues, to come and take us on. It's all a bit of fun, and I've been loving this app. I really have been loving this app since we've started working with them. And I played in the Everton game last night, won myself a tiny bit of money, came in the top 10. So yeah, get involved. Link in the description below. And thank you very much for watching the preview today.